Hey everyone, what's up? I am Exit over here, and I'm here to give my review for Supergirl Season 4, Episode 11, titled Blood Memory. There's going to be huge spoilers for the episode from this point on. So in this episode of Supergirl, we had a lot going on. We had our first real Nia Null episode, and this episode kind of delved into the mythos of her species, of her powers, and kind of what they all mean. And it was kind of an episode that was pushing her to become the hero dreamer. We also had some stuff with the fallout, obviously, from last week, with Alex forgetting who Supergirl is. On top of that, we had a side plot that felt kind of fillerish, with these pills, these drugs were infected by Russian Kara for some reason, and they made people really angry when they took the pills. It didn't make much sense, but I feel like that plot was just kind of there to fill out the episode time. But anyway, I'll start off with the Alex and Kara plot. So in my opinion, that was by far the best part of the episode, and I think that that's what this episode should have been centered around. I think the Kara and Alex relationship, what's going on with them now that Alex doesn't know that Kara is Supergirl anymore, I think that's what this entire episode should have been about. I'm completely not opposed to a Nia Null backstory episode. I just think that it definitely came at the wrong time, and because of that, this episode kind of falls flat. On top of that, the Nia Null stuff didn't really do a good job at explaining exactly what her powers mean, or exactly how somebody from her species inherits the powers. It was very messy and muddly, and I just feel like this wasn't the best way to really introduce us to the character of Dreamer, or to her powers. I think they definitely could have done this better. Back to the Kara and Alex stuff, however, I think that that's what this episode should have been, because any scene that was about the two of them kind of butting heads was brilliant, and it really makes me wonder if are we going to see some kind of Alex as an antagonist for Supergirl, which would be a really interesting direction for them to take both her character and Kara's character, especially since she seems to be pretty damn pissed off after Kara used her heat vision to take the gun out of Alex's hand. It's an interesting plotline, and I do want them to definitely delve into that a lot more as the season goes on. Quickly touching on Russian Kara, that's another thing that I think shouldn't have been in this episode, because it didn't need to be in this episode. They could have made that weird purple explosion thingy that went around the earth and affected the drugs. They could have made that anything else. It didn't have to be Russian Kara. And it feels like they're just slowly putting her in episodes now. Like, they put her randomly in last episode, which it was great to see her character again, but it didn't have impact on the last episode at all. This time around, at least, it did have some impact, but at the same time, it feels like they're just inserting her into episodes so that they can be like, look, remember, she's still a part of this season. She's still a big plotline this season. Like, yes, we know that, but we haven't seen much of her at all. So to just insert her randomly into episodes like this without much explanation for why, it kind of feels a little odd and weird, and I'm not really sure I'm liking it. I think that maybe they should have left stuff out of this episode, left stuff out of last episode, and just maybe did an episode all about her character sometime in the future. The episode actually ended with us getting the implication that the people controlling the Red Daughter Kara, they're going to be looking for American Kara. They're going to be going after her, maybe trying to get normal Kara to heal her, or to heal the Russian Kara somehow. I think that's what they're aiming for. The drug plot it was kind of interesting. I think it was a little bit of a waste, and it definitely felt very fillerish. When they took the drugs, it would make them turn into like this big rage monster, and we had this side plot with two drug dealers who were like in their early 20s, and one of the drug dealer's sisters, I think it was, who had a test or something, and she got really angry and she took a drug, and then she tried to fight the Children of Liberty. It was messy, weird. it didn't feel like it was written well, I have to say. I actually think this is the first Supergirl episode I'm really disappointed with since probably episode 2. I think the first 2 episodes were very weak, but every episode after episode 2 has been pretty damn strong. This is the first episode since then that I feel is really weak, or at least it doesn't live up to the other ones. One thing I did like was that we got to see the Children of Liberty again, because it definitely feels like they've kind of shuffled their arc off and they've kind of forgotten about their story arc. So it was great to see them pop back up again, and it makes me wonder if somehow Ben Lockwood is going to come into play again in the future. I hope he does, but we didn't see enough of the Children of Liberty to make me feel that they're going to be a big part in the future or they're not going to be a big part. At the moment, it feels like this second half of the season, they have a lot of new plot lines. The first half of the season was Children of Liberty, Manchester Black, all that stuff. Now in the second half of the season, they have a completely new direction, kind of, with really going into the Red Daughter Supergirl, and with Nia now becoming Dreamer, and now with the Alex and Kara plot. It's something that Supergirl does a lot, where they seem to have one direction in the first half, but their direction completely changes in the second half, and to be honest, that's never worked out for them in the past, so I really hope it works out for them this time. But if this episode is an indication of the quality we might be getting, I'm not too excited. I'm not as excited as I was. But yeah, I'm going to keep this small enough because there's not much I want to say about it. It did feel kind of like a filler episode besides the Nia Nell stuff. But yeah, I would give this episode a 6.5 out of 10. But thank you very much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you, and have a great day.